So stopping slice of a drive, a little cheat code I've been using with lots of golfers, and I think OPTIMOTION will show this quite clearly. I'm going to hit 2 shots. I'm going to hit one where I try and slice it. God, did I get you with a tee then?
Nope, you missed me. We're good.
So there's a good slice.
There's pretty typical, yeah.
That's a wave goodbye slice.
Correct.
And then I'm just going to do one where I'm just going to start. I might not draw, because we'll talk about why it might draw or not, but I'm just going to do one which is going to start more down the right, so where a slice kind of wouldn't start. So 2 very different movements, which we'll look on OPTIMOTION. That one is trying to draw, but see, they're starting in very different directions.
Very different starting direction.
Shaping very differently.
Yeah.
And I'm using a combination of turn and shift to try and get that to really change club path. So I'm not thinking about butchering club paths at all. I'm doing it more with how I'm orientating my body.
Love it.
Should we have a look?
Let's take a look. So Mark, we've got the 2 swings that you made. All right, let's talk about it from the down the line or the side view first. So obviously slice over here would be my guess, and not slice over here?
Yeah, so the cheat code, if you like. So 49 degrees close with my shoulders at this point, compared to 75 degree close with my shoulders at this point. This is where lead arm's kind of parallel to the ground in the downswing. Considerably more rotated.
Correct.
Not open, because it hasn't got to that point yet. You can see it's both closed, but this one considerably more closed. So more rotation works as a moving the club out action.
Bingo.
Where the one on the left, if we go to the front on view.
This is really interesting. When you go from the top of your backswing to this position in the downswing, tour players move about 2 inches towards the target.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see in your slice swing, very different movement pattern.
Yeah.
You're almost an inch away from the target at this point from where you started, which is really, really bad.
That's
not what you want to do. Versus this one where you're really exaggerating that shift towards the target. So talk a little bit about how that helps create the path that you want.
So basically, as I said, from the down the line, if I rotate, it pushes the club out. So that's going to push my arms out, the club out. There's no recovering that unless you do some pretty funky moves down at the bottom. That's throwing that path from out to in. So it would make no sense for me to get across on this one with that club path. It would be a disaster. So what happens is the sway then falls into place by just staying back. It doesn't want to go forwards because I know I've got the club out in front of me.
Bingo.
This one concentrating more on lateral, so downswing just swaying across, that naturally just drops the club. I didn't have to butcher, move club path at all. And then the rotations that would happen down nearer impact is what's throwing that club finally out towards the ball. So I'm delaying the rotation in my mind and using sway to hit the draw, to hit the slice. I'm emphasizing rotation and taking sway away. Now, for lots of amateurs, they don't realize or feel that the club has got out in front of them, this swing.
Yes.
So they then also subconsciously don't put the sway in as well. It's a subconscious action. So they might watch a video and go, I need to do, get my hip sway changed. Well, it might not be that, it's one or the other, which is why measuring to find out exactly what you are doing is just key to making these improvements.
Absolutely, and so the hip sway, like you talked about, it helps keep your turns closed longer. So when you do that, that keeps the club further behind you. That helps you swing more into out. Another piece, if we kept this rolling, we could show you the difference in the amount of shoulder tilt that you would create.
So loads more tilt in the sway.
Bingo. Yep. So as you move the center of your pelvis more towards the target, it makes it easier to tilt your shoulders to the right. So like both of those factors help to get the path where you want it to be. Versus thinking about trying to keep your turns closed more or swing more into out. You can, this is where it's really cool to use kind of the OPTIMOTION stuff, and you talked about using the body mechanics versus just telling somebody to swing more into out. Well, when you teach them how to move their sways towards the target, that helps get the path where you want it to be.
100%. And that's the cheat code. If you wanted to fade it more, just rotate as hard as you can. Try not to sway. If you want to start working on some draw shape patterns more, practice swaying loads more and leave rotations behind. Just let it rotate out towards the club. The amount of students I get working on this, just sway loads and take rotation out, and they say things like, well, that's a fault, isn't it? Well, not if it gives a good club path.
Correct.
Because it's only a fault if we're all at 0.
Bingo.
If you've got loads of rotation and not much sway, then you need loads more sway.
Well, and that's, I think that's the difference between a good coach who knows what he's doing versus somebody who's maybe just teaching off of like a system and saying, well, everybody does this, or everybody does like, this is where you can use OPTIMOTION and tour patterns to say, well, yeah, the best players in the world do this, but you don't actually need more of it. Or yeah, the best players in the world do this, you need as much of it as you can get.
Absolutely.
Like that's where you can really use this to diagnose individuals versus just throwing everybody into a box and saying, well, you got to do this because this is what Tiger Woods does.
Totally.
Well, that's not the way to teach golf.
Yep, love it.